Yeah, I mean, there's something special about Collingwood, regardless of the situation and the way that the players, their effort and their intensity. Even, last week against Geelong, started the game so well, and Geelong found a way to get back into it, and a couple of special moments from players like Paddy Dangerfield that got him in front. But yeah, you have to admire our boys and the way that they've just kept fighting throughout this season, and we've just kept changing the side through necessity with injuries and. But whoever we put in and whoever slips on the Collingwood jumper, you see that great energy and spirit. And while we've turned the ball over at bad times this year, and we've been scored against from some of our turnovers, you can never fault the players' intensity and effort. It's been outstanding throughout the whole season. Yeah, it's exciting to see how Josh Dacos is going to develop, because we saw some passages in his first game last week which were really exciting, and he's clean, his hands in close, obviously very creative, and he's going to be a player that we're going to enjoy working with for his flair. But I guess what we saw on the weekend was his 9 tackles or 10 tackles in his AFL debut, which we probably didn't see coming. His intensity and effort at the contest was great. A lot of little things that we saw in review, not necessarily live. So his ability to get his hands on the footy in close. Played mostly as a high forward, but I think he'll develop into a midfielder, wingman. He's still small in size, but I think once he gets an AFL body, once he gets a bit more strength, he's going to be a really dangerous player for us. Yeah, Mason, obviously, with Brodie getting suspended, got an opportunity in the ruck, and we haven't seen him much in the ruck because Brodie's just been so good for us and so reliable as our #1 ruckman, and Mason's predominantly played forward for us in the games that he's played. And yeah, you have to be impressed with what we saw from Mason. His first quarter in particular, 2 goals as a ruck and pushing forward and taking marks. And he's another one that really tackled well last week. I think he had eight tackles for a player that's over 210 centimetres. Was very impressive. And getting Brodie back this week, we'll get a bit of a 1-2 punch with Mason and Brodie. They'll be able to split the ruck duties, and hopefully we'll see Mason continue that form, and he will get more forward minutes this week, and which will be a difficult matchup for Melbourne too. To have him in the ruck and also then slide him forward and hopefully take a few marks again. But we really like Mason. He's got a really bright future, and while he hasn't had the opportunities this year, we know we've got a pretty serious player on our hands, and hopefully that improvement continues throughout his career.